What's good, everybody? Welcome into the Early Edge, your daily sports betting brand of record. We are powered, as always, by the almighty SportsLine. There is no better value in all of sports betting. Now, did it feel as long for you at home as it did for us here? I hate soccer breaks, but guess what? It is now over. So we've got 6 months straight of big-time soccer. So one man just isn't enough for us anymore. We need 2 of the greatest cappers in the world today. So let's bring them in right now. They are the true stars of the show. Look at them. Look at them. Fresh, bushy-tailed, bright-eyed, first and foremost, live from just south of London, England, Mr. Martin W. Green, the guru. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, Coach. It's been a lot of fun previewing CONCACAF World Cup qualifying games featuring the United States, Panama, El Salvador, and Honduras, but I'm delighted to get back to European club soccer this weekend.
Yeah, where goals aren't like pulling teeth out of every single game. My goodness. Just score a goal for us one time. Now, I got to tell you that the other big reason I'm glad that the break is over, that if I had to see one more picture from Buckets about what he's eating for breakfast, what he's doing for work, I've had it. I have had it. Johnny, good afternoon.
Coach, it's great to be here. We got about a foot of snow yesterday and today, so I am stuck inside. I'm all cozied up, and I'm just watching Bundesliga for the next 3 days straight. It is going to be phenomenal.
You just reminded me why I don't miss ESPN, and I don't miss living in Connecticut at all. All right, boys, let's jump right in. We've got a lot of games this weekend and a lot of picks right here on the show. So let's jump right in. And we're going to start, of course, with the guru. We're going to go Serie A. You can see all Serie A games on Paramount Plus. Synergy. So here we go. Roma, and then say that second name because I always mispronounce it.
Genoa.
There you go. Genoa. It's a little A at the end. Just, yeah. All right, this is 9 a.m. Eastern on Saturday. Martin, start us off.
Yeah, Genoa have really struggled on the road this season. They have 6 defeats from 12 away games, and they've conceded 27 goals in the process. They're missing a few important players right now, including their captain, Domenico Crescito, whereas Roma, they're strong at the Stadio Olimpico. 7 wins from 12 home games so far this season. They have no injury problems right now, so they'll have Tammy Abraham, Pellegrini, all their best forwards, and I really think they should crush Genoa. They already beat them 2-0 on the road earlier this season. I can see them repeating the feat at home, so I've given them a minus 1.25 Asian handicap, and I think they cover that.
All right. For those people that are brand new to the show or brand new to soccer betting, what Martin is doing, if you win by 1 goal, you would lose half your bet. If you win by 2, you win your full bet. So it's 1 1/4. They kind of divide it up that way. If you have any questions, you can always write us on social media to Buckets or to Martin Green, and they will answer all of your questions. By the way, in the chat, my man Robert says, you do know you can place other bets that don't involve goals, right, Coach? LOL. No, there are no other bets other than betting the goal. No, I'm not betting unders. I'm not betting for a 1-0 game. That's no fun. Sit there for 90 minutes for 1 goal. No, thank you. But I appreciate the LOL. All right, let's move on to game number 2. Now, Johnny, you already said you're going to be sitting there for 3 days watching Bundesliga. I can think of nothing I would rather do than that and cash the tickets too. So let's go. Mönchengladbach, Bielefeld, 9:30 a.m. Eastern on Saturday morning. What do you got?
Let's do it, Coach. And Robert, I am sorry because I'm the same way as Coach. I got to bet goals. That's why I'm in Bundesliga primarily.
Right?
It's where the goals happen. And I think we're getting really, really good odds here, even at minus 140 for BTTS here. Mönchengladbach are kind of the kings of BTTS in Bundesliga. They've hit the last 7 straight. They always get a goal or 2 in the beginning and then just kind of do nothing defensively for the rest of the game. And Armenia is also in really impressive form right now, even though they're at the bottom of the table. They've got 3 wins and 2 draws in their last 5, and they've scored 2 goals in their last 5 as well, 2 or more in each game. So you've got 2 teams, like all of Bundesliga, that score a lot and then don't really defend to stop it. So we're running BTTS on this one.
I like it at minus 140. The juice isn't too high for me. I don't mind that at all. For both teams to score, if I can get it anywhere from minus 130 to minus 150, I'm good with that. All right, let's move on. Game number 3. Let's go back to Serie A, Paramount Plus. Inter Milan taking on AC Milan. Saturday, 12 p.m. Eastern is the kick. Martin, what do you got?
Yeah, I would venture, Coach, that this is the biggest soccer game of the weekend. Inter Milan, top of Serie A, just 4 points clear of AC Milan. Local rivals playing at the San Siro. It's going to be a big, big game. These teams share a stadium, but Inter is ostensibly the home team in this one. So its fans will turn the San Siro into a sea of blue and black. And Inter has 9 wins, 2 draws, and 0 defeats from 11 home games so far this season. So that bodes well. It finished 1-1 when these teams met back in November, but Inter have been on fire since then. 9 wins and 1 draw from their 10 games since then. AC Milan have gone off the boil a bit. They've lost 4 out of 11 since then. They're a good team, but they're not quite as consistent as Inter. Both teams are injury-free, and I think that Inter have superior players. So I'm just going for a straight moneyline win for Inter in this one. If you want to push it a bit, you could perhaps go for Inter to win and under 4.5 goals. You get about plus 125 there. Don't think it's going to be a particularly high scoring game, but I think Inter should get the job done.
Let me ask you this, because I've been watching a lot of games lately because of, I guess, COVID or whatever it is right now, the variant. There's been a lot of games with no crowds. You mentioned there could be a crowd here. What are the issues right now in Serie A with the crowd, if there's any?
As far as I'm aware, Coach, there's going to be a crowd there. They don't have the same sort of policy that's going on in various parts of Germany. So, yeah, I'm expecting Inter fans to be packing out the San Siro here. I'll double check while we're talking.
Okay, very good. Thank you. That's what we do in real time on the show. That's what we do for you. We've got to cover every single base. By the way, there is no question I want to have Martin's voice when I grow up someday and become an adult. God, I love listening to you talk. All right, while you're looking that up, let's go to our 4th game. Okay, back to Gianni.
Sellout crowd. Sellout crowd.
Full crowd?
Sellout
crowd. See how fast that happens? Sellout crowd. I think that helps your play because you get that energy from the crowd that you don't get in an empty stadium where you can hear the players yelling at each other. I don't like that. Now, what I do like is a game where both of you have a play, but they're different plays. So let's go to 12:30 p.m. Eastern. Bundesliga on Saturday. Bayern Munich taking on RB Leipzig. Now, Martin, I'm going to let you start because I like your play, and then Johnny, I'm going to come to you to back that play up. Go ahead, Martin.
Okay, so yeah, Bayern Munich versus RB Leipzig. Julian Nagelsmann was the manager of RB Leipzig last season. He left to go to Bayern Munich in the summer. So it's a big game for him against his former club. It finished 4-1 to Bayern Munich when these teams met earlier in the season. So he does seem to have the measure of RB Leipzig. And Bayern just have a terrific record against Leipzig. All their key players are fit now, Coach, as I'm sure Johnny will remind us, but we've got the likes of Robert Lewandowski, Leroy Sané, Serge Gnabry, Thomas Müller. They're all available for this game, and they're just going to bring a hell of a lot of firepower into this one. RB Leipzig, they struggle on the road. They have just 1 win in 10 away games, and they've only scored 7 goals during that time. They really do not travel well right now, and that's why they're languishing in mid-table, whereas Bayern Munich are comfortably clear of their rivals at the top of the table. So I've given Bayern Munich the same bet. I'm going minus 1.25 for Bayern Munich because I think they can win this by 2 clear goals again. Obviously 4-1 earlier in the season, and I think they're just going to have too much firepower for Leipzig.
I am so lucky to be the host of the show because I learned so much, even though I'm a part of the show. My man Matt in the chat says, you guys are going to make a soccer fan out of me yet. Matt, that's the whole point. That is the whole point. So we got Bayern Munich on one side, minus 1.25 goals. But we feel like there's going to be a lot of goals. Yes, Buckets?
Yes, we do, Coach. And last time, the Guru and I went on a Bayern bet together. We hit both of those, so we're going to run it back again this time. Ultimately, what you have here is the 1st and the 5th highest scoring teams in all of Bundesliga. And RB Leipzig is definitely struggling right now, but Bayern alone has covered over 3.5 in 4 of their last 5 games. So they tend to not really slow down. They're not a team that parks the bus. They're not a team that goes easy. And as we've seen historically against RB Leipzig, this is no different in this matchup. They'll be coming out with all their firepower, and I'm expecting to see a very, very aggressive game out of Bayern here.
Now, you guys talk about Bayern Munich being completely healthy, firing on all cylinders. Everybody is back ready to go. That's kind of what the early edge crew is right now. Every single sport, all of my cappers are fired up, healthy, and you two are back. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. All right, let's move to Sunday now. And let's move to the Scottish Premiership. And I'm going to be very, very candid. This has been one of the leagues that has been playing, and I wish they hadn't, because I have not been doing very good in this. So I'm glad, Martin, you're coming back to me today. What do you got? It's Sunday, 8:30 a.m., Motherwell against Celtic with a soft C.
That's correct, Coach. Yeah, it's a bit of a detour for me, to be honest. There just wasn't a great deal of Premier League action taking place this weekend. There's only one game, actually, which is Burnley versus Watford. And I think that's going to be one of those low-scoring games that you guys hate because of the way Burnley play.
Hate them.
Or maybe a 1-0 to Burnley. So I left that one alone, but I have written that up on the SportsLine website if you'd like to go and check out my thoughts on it. But yeah, I've taken a detour up to Scotland. Celtic and Rangers are the two best teams in the Scottish Premiership by a mile. And Celtic just beat Rangers 3-0 in midweek. It was a blowout victory. They destroyed them. It was a terrific performance from Celtic, and they're now back to the top of the table. They're having a fantastic season. They're on, I think it's a 14-game unbeaten streak. They did beat Motherwell 1-0 in December, but I think the scoreline could be heavier this time around because Motherwell are in bad form. 2 points from their last 4 games. They're struggling at the moment, and Celtic are really going to be on a high after that win against Rangers. So not to sound too much like a broken record, but I've gone for the exact same bet again. It's Celtic minus 1.25 this time, at odds of minus 118.
Hey, Martin, I have a quick question for you. Do you know the one place where they've never said, this looks like a broken record? Do you know that one place? The pay window. We don't care when we cash these tickets, whether it's the same ones. You're the man. You're the man. Let's go. All right. The pay window. I would love for somebody you hand them in and go, you've already cashed 3 of these today. What are you doing? Can you imagine somebody at the pay window saying that to you? All right. I love the Celtic play. By the way, not only did they blow out the Rangers, they scored 3 goals in the first half. They come out firing and ready to go. All right. We're going to stay with Martin. One more play. Back to Serie A, Venezia, Napoli, 9 a.m. Eastern, Paramount Plus, as always. What do you like in this one, Martin?
Yeah, Napoli are back in business, Coach, after welcoming several key players back from injury. A couple of their important stars are still at the Africa Cup of Nations, including Kalidou Koulibaly. But Napoli look like the team that made such a blistering start to the season once again. They've won their last 2 games. They're not that far behind Inter right now, and they should be full of momentum. I think they can maintain it here. It finished 2-0 to Napoli when these teams met earlier in the campaign. I think a similar scoreline looks likely. Napoli have the best defensive record in the league this season. Only one team has scored fewer goals than Venezia. So I don't think this is going to be a particularly high-scoring one. Venezia haven't won a single Serie A game since November. They could struggle in this one. So I'm going for a Napoli win, but I've thrown in under 4.5 goals for a bit more value to get it up to minus 125. If you want even more value, you could perhaps go for Napoli in under 3.5 goals. I could see them winning this sort of 2-0, something like that.
See, I was hoping that you would do this because you do such a great job of entertain and educate. And for those people who are brand new, this is a great way to bring the number down without really doing anything to affect the win bet. It's just affecting if they go up 5-0, which is rare. That would be a bad beat. I love these type of plays, and I love your explanation. By the way, so does Lydia in the chat. She goes, seriously, I love this show. Lydia, you're one of our favorites. You're always so active in the chat. You're always so positive. We love you so very much as well. All right, let's move on. Let's go back to Bundesliga. And if there has been something that is as close to a lock for scoring goals as a Dortmund game, I don't know what it is. Johnny, what do you got?
Coach, the only thing close to that is a scoring game with Leverkusen in it. These are 2 violently high-scoring teams, I would dare to say. It's the second and third highest-scoring teams in all of Bundesliga. Dortmund has hit this over in 4 of their last 5. Leverkusen has in 4 of their last 6. It's really, really traditional Bundesliga here of just phenomenal attacking stars on both teams. And as we've seen with Dortmund especially, just really, really shaky defense. They're scoring 3, 4, 5 goals a game, but they're still barely beating teams that they honestly have no business not just blowing out of the water. So this is another one for me, kind of like that Bayern game where it's just, I've got to go the over here. sorry again to Robert. I got to take goals here where I see them. So
Johnny, stop apologizing. Apologize.
I knew as soon as I said it, Coach. I knew as soon as I said it.
Oh my God, it's embarrassing. Stand up for yourself. Matthew in the chat says, Coach, I love these football cappers. Let's go. Thank you, Matthew. We appreciate you as well. That's my man Martin getting into it. I love it. All right. #God. That's my other hashtag that I use. Don't apologize for making us money, he says. That's exactly right. God. All right. Now, I believe if I'm looking to the sky and I wanted one more play, one more cash ticket on Sunday, I believe I would go right back to the Bundesliga. Buckets, can you help me out one more time?
I'll give you one more here, Coach. We're going
Let's go.
And I'll do it with our favorite bet as well. We're going BTTS with Wolfsburg and Fürth.
Give it to me. Right. Give it to me.
Let's do it. So we've got that broken record, 2 of the worst defenses here in all Bundesliga. Fürth has conceded 52 times in 20 games, and Wolfsburg has conceded 32 in 20. So they're 2 teams that are really, really struggling defensively and have been all year. Wolfsburg, as I talked with the Guru earlier this morning, kind of feels like they've thrown in the towel almost. They just sold their best striker to Burnley and have done nothing but lose here in the new year. Fürth, who is dead last on the table, has kind of turned a new leaf almost. They've had 3 draws and 1 win in their last 4, and they scored twice against Arminia and Mainz in the last 2 games. So they're having some weird scoring power kind of out of nowhere here. So I'm rocking them to score, and then Wolfsburg to do what they should do and score 1 or 2 here as well.
Wait a second. You've got the Guru's phone number?
I do not have his phone number yet. It's just Twitter right now. Sorry.
Okay. I was like, wait a second. I feel like I'm the oddball out here. I don't even have his phone number. It'd be like +48 38501264225 to call you, right?
How did you know that?
Someone write that down.
Yeah, right. Look at my bad. I didn't mean to give out your real number on the air. My bad. By the way, quick question, because there's always going to be somebody either in the chat or on Twitter that says, hey, if Johnny says that all these teams score so much, how come we're not playing both teams to score and the over? And I would say, Johnny, and I'm going to let you answer this, when I've gone to Dortmund games, both teams to score, it's the only team almost that's north of -200 to have both teams to score. You can't play it that high. Do you see the same thing when you're looking for those spots?
I do, absolutely. And with a game like Dortmund versus Leverkusen, going BTTS and over 2.5, even that you're looking at the -185 range, because it's just that expected for these teams to at least put up 1, and either team really here to put up multiple. So with Dortmund games, that's kind of a hard one to do. With games like Bayern, you're kind of in the same boat where that BTTS and over is almost hard itself. But a lot of these games, that is a great way to kind of knock that juice down a bit, is to go for that kind of combined play with the overs, unlike we see the unders with the Guru and a lot of the Serie A picks.
That's great advice. And even if you bet them separately, that both teams to score is just way too high. Yeah. Incredible information from you two, as always. And these two will be here every single week with their own episodes because they deserve it. So we're up against it. Grab your paper, grab your pencil. Here is the recap, and it looks glorious, courtesy of the jeweler. The Guru, Martin Green, he's on Roma, Inter, Bayern Munich, Celtic, Napoli win at under 4.5 goals. And he says, hey, if you're feeling froggy, you can play Napoli win at under 3.5 goals, get a little better juice. Then Buckets is on the both teams to score in the Gladbach game. Bayern over 3.5 with Leipzig. Dortmund, Leverkusen over 3.5. And then Wolfsburg, Fürth, both teams to score. If you need your Bundesliga fix, our guy Buckets is the man for you. Michael says in the chat, thanks, Coach Buckets and Guru, for making light duty more fun. All right. I love this so much. I love my guys. They love doing it. We grind, but we grind because you keep it so positive for us. We can't do it without all of you at home. But there's only one thing left to do, and you all know what that is. You got your marching orders. Let's take all of these soccer tickets straight to the pay window for my entire crew. Love them all. The Guru, Martin W. Green, buckets, Johnny Eimer. And of course, the jeweler who runs all of the Early Edge brand. There's nothing he doesn't have his hands on, especially when he's on the ones and the twos. I am the coach. Oh, man, can you tell I'm hyped? 10 days until the Super Bowl. We'll be here every single day, as always, 365 days a year. Since we started in December of 2020, we have not missed one single day. Why do we do it? We do it for you at the Early Edge. Good luck.